All right, another candidate to start would be Hayden Ford, a guy that actually started against us last year. Had 7 starts for them through 21 innings. Got hit around a little bit. Very, very soft tossing lefty. Not too much on him, but we can dive into some video here on Hayden Ford from last year. This is going to be, I think the 42 pitches that we have on Synergy are all the ones from us. So you can see fastball 75, just going to live away. Fastball 79, got up to 82. Meach had him to lead off the game. Here's his curveball. Just slow looper. Not much to him. Low leg kick. Wants to live away and do soft contact. I would assume he's a little bit older, so probably tick up. So I would give this guy, 81, 83 to be safe. But from what I remember from last year, lacked command of spin. Only threw a couple innings against us. We didn't do too much against him. I felt like we didn't do a good job of staying in our approach. But this is one of the guys that I think that we could possibly face as a starter. The other guy would be a guy that they threw this weekend, which again we'll have all these charts in the dugout. But guy that they threw this weekend in Cale Hewer. He threw in relief for them. He's one of the left-handed pitchers they have listed. He got hit around a good bit in his only action so far this season. Last year he appeared in 13 games, had 12 punchies. Last weekend against Bluefield State, he threw 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, a double. But he's going to be around the zone from what I remember from when he was in high school, right around that 81, 83 range. Looks like he throws a little bit harder, has long limbs. He's listed as 6'1", but he's a long, lean lefty. Did throw in relief, so that's an option too as a guy for them to start. He was one of their guys out of the bullpen last year by looking at their stats. So I'm not really sure which one of those guys that we're going to get. There's a good chance throughout the course of the game that we see all 3, honestly. The other guy that I think we have a shot to see is Jacob Stretch. Stretch is their number 1, was the conference pitcher of the week last week for in their conference. Runs it up to 91. He's going to sit high 80s, has a really good slider off of it. I would think he's going to be probably their Friday guy, so I'm not sure that we will see him unless they're going to throw him on Sunday. If it's a tight game, I could see them going to him for an inning and then pitching him on Sunday. I'm not too sure. But quick arm right-handed pitcher. We do have a little bit of video on him. Pull that up. Not great video. All we have is high home view from them. But Stretch is a guy that we faced last year as well. He just wants to attack hitters. I think last week he punched 7, walked 1. So he is in the zone with pretty much everything, and he's going to look to be on the attack. They have good arms. Again, I think that we're going to be up to the challenge. The biggest thing is, regardless of what the score is, we need to keep the pedal down on these guys and just keep pressure. You guys play your game, and we'll worry about when to call off the dogs. Proctor is another guy that I think there's potential that we face. He was their Sunday guy last weekend at Bluefield State, so I think it matches up for him to come out of the pen for a short stint, maybe a 1 inning, kind of get a feel for him heading into the weekend. But Proctor is a guy that we faced last year. He started against us at home. One much like their other guys, is going to attack. Mid to upper 80s fastball, has a slider that he pairs with it. Those are the two pitches that he's predominantly going to use. Has a little wrinkle breaking ball off of that. There's the slider, just kind of sits middle of the plate. Fastball out over the plate. I think our approach to all these guys that we see coming in is to set our sights out over the plate and take away that. When they come in, it's going to be a mistake. I don't think that they really pitch in much from what I remember from last year and looking at the charts. I think lefty and righty, I think they're going to want to stay away. So we just have to stay into what we do best, hunt pitches up and out over the plate and get barrel to it and continue to do what we've been doing. Again, keep the pressure down on these guys. We'll see what they do as far as holding runners. Obviously, they've seen our stats. They know how many bases we stole last weekend, so I'm sure they're going to make a concerted effort to keep us close. But remember, it's a chess match. We're not going to force it. If they're going to stand on the bag and take that away from us, then that just opens up more holes for us to hit through. So there's a good look at guys that I think we might see tomorrow night. Again, it's just one game. We do have all the sheets on these guys, so whoever does come in will have information readily available in the dugout.